Okay, welcome everyone to our class number 2 from our semester in Leadership in Global Environment. I am Professor Ada Sandoval, and because this is class number 2, I'm very, very happy to see you all, and I really appreciate how punctual you are. Today, what we're going to do, we're going to go again through more specific rules for this class because we're going to be here for a whole semester. So it's very important that our expectations are clear, okay? For those of you just joining us for the first time, the two Marianas and Josh, we're gonna give you some time to introduce yourselves because everyone else has already introduced themselves. And we have class number 1 recorded and it's on YouTube. So I'm going to provide you with the link to class number 1. I need you to watch class number 1, all right? So you know what you missed. And just because you're just joining, also the assignment everybody turned in yesterday, you will have time to turn in your assignment next Saturday. Why are you laughing, Mariana and Josh? Tell me, share with us. Come on. No? Are you flirting? Oh my dear God. Hi, Camila, nice to see you. All right, guys, all right, very good, thank you. I'm going to start now with our presentation and also very important for everyone to know, because our presentations are too heavy because they have a lot of images. I have already put all our presentations and all the documents and everything in a Google Drive share. I will give you today that link so you can have access to both our presentations. Now, taking notes, remember, it's very important you take notes either the old way or on the computer, okay? Because by Saturday, our due date, yes, I will go with you, Michelle, in a minute. By Saturday, you need to send your homework, your assignments, and either the screenshot of your notes or a picture, an image with your cell phone of your notes. I need to see your notes. And I'm going to repeat again, the notes are not copying everything you see in the PowerPoint presentations. Your notes have the objective of notes is to make sure that there are things that you're understanding, keywords, phrases, things you're maybe thinking about, okay, reflections, questions, doubts. Those things should be here. They can be drawings, they can be in a mind map format, they can be in a list format, etc., etc. Got it? Okay, Michelle, yes, you had a question, go ahead.
Yeah, if I make like my own personal notes and then I make like a canvas where I like summarize my notes, can I like turn that in instead so it's more organized?
Yes, you can. However, because today I'm going to give you homework, you won't have time. You won't have time. I don't want you to suffer unnecessarily. However, I have to warn you guys. This first academic period, and Diana Montiel can tell you because she's been my student already, we're going to suffer this first academic period. Why? Because every week you have readings and sometimes essays and sometimes mind maps and sometimes many things to do. But I promise, am I right, Diana? Only the first academic period. But in this first academic period, I need you to be brave, okay? Second, we lower down the number of assignments, second academic period. But you can be happy because by the time we reach the third academic period, sometimes I don't even assign homework. Am I right, Diana? Yes. Okay. So I need you to bear with me. If we push it this first academic period, then we can lower down the workload because towards the end of the semester, you're going to have so many things to do that I don't want you to worry about my class. Okay? I just want you to be here present and don't worry about homeworks. If you're here, you don't need homework by the end of the semester. Got it? Okay, very good, guys. I'm going to start sharing now our PowerPoint presentation. And as I said already, remember this presentation, I'm going to share this presentation. You don't have to worry, okay? Let me close this. And the notes you're going to be taking should be notes based on only keywords, phrases, maybe questions you may have, etc. Okay. Now, let's go. Give me thumbs up if you can see our presentation. Okay, very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Very good, thank you. Okay, very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Camille, you have a question.
I'm all right. Sorry, it was an accident.
That's all right. Don't worry. Very happy to see you. All right, here we go. The objective for today. Again, now we're gonna review, we're gonna check the course overview. Remember when you received an email, the first email I sent to most of you, okay, maybe Mariana Chavez, maybe you don't have the email, but I need to make sure I will send it to you, don't worry. Now we will see the topics and how come we're gonna have more homework in academic period 1, less in 2, and almost no homework in 3. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about grades and the submissions that you're expected to work on every week. We'll talk about the expectations, how you're going to work sometimes in academic assignments, sometimes mostly reflective essays, and sometimes reading reports. We'll talk about this again. And we will begin with an activity. We're going to watch a video today. I need you to take notes about the video, okay? And once we come back from the video, we need to discuss the most important factors about this video, which is an introduction to the new leadership in this new global environment. It's an introduction, okay? Okay, is it clear what we're gonna be doing today? Very good. Diana Montiel, can you again remind me when it's about 7:50? Otherwise, I'll keep going and I need to give you a break. We'll begin with our acknowledgement. As I mentioned to those of you who were here for the first time, I'm going to take a little bit again to explain. I won't take a long time in the future because I am living in Vancouver, in Canada. Here in Vancouver, in every business, in every school, in every corporation, organization, we begin the day by acknowledging that the city of Vancouver is situated in the unceded traditional territories of 3 indigenous tribes. And we recognize this in a way to reconciliate with these First Nations, which were treated in a very, very bad, horrible, and disrespectful way when the people who are in control of Canada got here. So that's why I acknowledge. And the second acknowledge is to our ancestors, because the reason why you are here, the reason why you're going to college, the reason why you are in school is because of so many people before you who did many things. I want you to write right now in your notes, your own acknowledgement, your own thank you, your own gratefulness to who do you appreciate, who do you thank for you to be here right now. Just take some very brief notes. I don't see you writing, Marianita. You see, I need to see those notes. Otherwise, participation. All right, very briefly. Now, this is the first time I'm going to present the objective of the course. As I also said, if you are in this course for a different reason, you are still in the week of altas y bajas. What does this mean? This is not a workshop in which we're here just to practice English and just have fun. This is an academic university class. And just like in any academic university class, because we have to achieve academic objectives, we will need and we will expect all the students to follow in an academic way everything we do during this semester. Our objective, leadership development, is the process that's going to help expand the capacity, capacity of individuals to perform effectively in leadership roles within any organization, either if it's a business, profit organization, or a non-business or non-profit organization. The objective of this course, and again, as I said, stay today, but if you think this is not what you were expecting, you're still in altas y bajas, and you can still ask your director to put you in another class. That is okay. It's nothing personal. Sometimes this class is the time for you to take it. Sometimes it's not the right time. That's perfect too. The objective of this course is to teach students. I need you to write down the keywords from this objective, what you think you can link to your own professional life, to your own personal life. The objective of this course is to teach students the theories and the models behind leadership theories. Again, we're going to do all academic at the beginning. while understanding and analyzing the complexity and multidimensionality of performing, working, behaving with multicultural international organizational environments. So it's not easy. In just one semester, I need to teach you what many students learn in a whole 2 years, sometimes in a postgraduate certificate. So it's not going to be easy, okay? Now, from these words, right now, write down in the chat what word or what 2 words, maybe a phrase, for you sounds more important right now. Write it down in the chat, please. Organization, thank you. Thank you, Diana. Multicultural, analyzing the complexity. I know, thank you. Leadership and complexity. Thank you, Michelle. Marianita, multidimensionality. Very good. Thinking out of the box. Good. Livia, multicultural, performing. Yes. Very good. Josh and Christopher?
I growth theories.
Growth theories. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Models. Yes. That's going to give us a structure. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Okay. Now, we're going to go back to the objective once in a while because it's very important for us to keep our focus in our mind on what we're doing. Now, I need you to take 2 minutes. Thank you, Josh. Leadership. Thank you. Leadership models. I need you to take 1 or 2 minutes to think about the purpose. Everyone has a different reason for being here, and every reason is as important as any other. I don't want you to think, please, that, oh, maybe the reason I'm here is not important enough. That's not true. If the reason why you're here is important to you, then that reason, that purpose is going to give meaning to everything we're going to do here. And it's also going to help me understand that for many of you, being here might be just passing, another class because I need to graduate, and that's okay. If that's your purpose, if that's your goal, that's okay. Then we have to focus on that. As I mentioned in our last class, we have had, unfortunately, students who take this class thinking this is just like the relleno, like a very easy, whatever class, I don't care. And because they don't come to class, they don't submit their notes, they already flunked. They already didn't pass the class because 60% is being here and taking notes and paying attention. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. I know. Quizzes are only 10%. Nothing. I know, it's very easy. I just need you to be here and I need you to participate and collaborate. So I'm going to be quiet for 1 minute, and I would like you to take some notes and answer some of these questions that might help you reflect on what you're doing here and the power of purpose. Why are you here? Why are you at school? Why are you doing your bachelor's degree? Why are you taking this class? Where are you going? Do you already have plans, projects? Some of you said, I'm not really sure. That's okay. But maybe in this area, maybe I know not this area. Okay. How do you think this class might help you achieve your professional or personal goals? Now, I know this is just the beginning. It might not be very clear, but that's okay. 1 minute. Okay. Don't worry if you haven't finished. Again, would anyone like to share You can say no, that's okay. This reflection is for you to try to find a purpose. And also, this purpose that you have thought of might change. Maybe in 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, and when we finish our course, you might think, oh, I realize now my purpose is more into this part, etc. That's okay. Would anyone like to share their thoughts or ideas? And if you don't, that's okay too. If anyone, you can raise your hand. Go, my dear Michelle, go for it.
Well, as I mentioned in my essay, I'd never really thought about like the true meaning of leadership. And I've always known, despite not knowing exactly what I want to do with my degree, I've always known I want to do something that like goes beyond just studying. You know, I want to do something real. And I think with leadership, I could do that and like not only do something that transcends, but helps people, like pushes them to be a better version of themselves. And that can be applied in like so many things within tourism. So I think that in a very summarized version.
Very good. Thank you, Michelle. Really appreciate you sharing. And actually, you just said something so important. The only way to transcend is that when we're gone, what you did, somebody else still keeps doing, growing, sharing because of something you said, something you shared, something you inspired, you see? And all of you guys, I know some people actually wrote in their reflective essay, I don't think I have what it takes to be a leadership, and that's okay too. The good thing we're going to see in the theories is that, yes, there are some traits that we are born with. They are part of our personality, but most leadership skills can be trained and learned, and that's why you're here. Okay. Now you might say, oh, these skills maybe not really go with my personality, and that's okay too. That's why we're going to present a whole variety of them so you can make choices, personal choices that might help you build your own leadership, let's call it, I don't know, complexity of your own leadership traits and personality. Okay, very good. Anyone else would like to share? That's okay. All right. All right. Yes, Rose, go for it.
Yes. I'm here to learn how to help students to make the difference in their lives because I want to help them to make something new, how to achieve their goals. That's why I'm here. I want to make a difference to someone.
Very good. Very, very good. Wonderful and beautiful. Thank you, Rose. I
Thank you.
promise I have now, I need to make sure we reach that by the end of the semester. All right. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Very good. Anyone else? That's all right. Okay, let's move on. Don't worry, you're going to have time to participate. Okay, very good. Now, as I already said on our first class, this is the methodology, the theoretical pedagogical background that we use. And Rose, this is something you can also share with your students, okay? And it's actually, you can Google it from the Center for Curriculum Redesign, and it's the learning of the 21st century. And as I already explained, some of the things we're going to do in the class have to do with knowledge, facts. We have to learn the name of theories. We have to learn, okay, the basics and maybe some definitions, because definitions give accuracy. It gives, as a leader, when you talk and you mention, well, I believe this and this and this based on this author, everything changes, right? Because he's like, oh, so this person knows what he or she's talking about. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to have to learn and memorize some things. However, as you can see, it's only 1/3. The other third is the development of skills, and the other one is character. All this, again, included in the meta learning, which is the reflective exercises that we'll keep doing during the class. Got it? I already explained that. I'm not going to stop. Watch the video for the class. And this is new. What do we mean by strengths? By a strength, we mean there are many things you're already good at. And many of you are already aware of that. And you mentioned some of those things in your reflective essay. Talents, innate strength with a strong biological loading. We have to say it. I am a result of my mom and dad. And if you see me here, it's because I told you my mom retired as a chief nurse of the hospital IMSS, okay? And she was a leader, not because she was a boss, but because all of the nurses, even when she left, will always look after her, admire her, look for her for questions, advice, etc. And my dad was in the military. My dad was in the military and he worked for, I'm going to say it in Spanish and I'm going to explain it in English, Guardias Presidenciales, which is like the Secret Service in the United States, guarding the president. That's where he worked for many years. And he trained and he was in charge of coordinating all the logistics before the president will get or arrive to a new destination. I know. So again, this, you see, this person, well, I'm a result also of that. And those talents I was born with. Now the skills, and that's exactly what I want you to focus on. These are skills and capabilities that you can develop and your interest. These are things you're already passionate about. If you're not passionate about anything, please, this is the first thing I will ask you to do. Find something you're already passionate about. And now you're very lucky because now you may be able to make a living on something that you're passionate about. Okay, very good. Now, summarizing, in this class, write down at least one from one column and one of the from the other column on the skills or character strengths that you think you may still have to work on. Some of the skills are discipline. That's why I need you to be here at 7, okay? Because at 7, I'm going to ask you this. What do you think of an employee, whose starting time is 9, but because he has 10 minutes, of, how do we say it? How do we say that in Spanish? I can't even remember. Like you're allowed to be 10 minutes late. He's always those 10 minutes late. If I am the boss and I have all my different employees, this is a person I know has problems with discipline, has problems with time management, has problems, tolerance. Thank you. Has problems with organization or getting organized. And I don't know if I can trust this person. He might be very smart and intelligent and creative, but I don't know if I can trust him because just being late shows me that there are skills he still needs to develop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's bad or wrong or good or better. It's just different and it tells me information. On the other side, we have character strengths, emotional intelligence, courage, perseverance, creativity, self-regulation, and perspective. Why am I sharing this? Because self-regulation, I don't even have my cell phone here with me. And I know it's so hard because we need the dopamine. I know we need to be checking. Do I have likes? Corazoncitos? So am I liked? Am I, And we know now that social media actually fits our dopamine, in our brain, because for every like, we feel like, oh, somebody likes me. I know, and that's okay. In this class, guys, I wish you could retrain your brain to focus. Those who were in Bunla, do you remember how it was in Bunla? Right? In Bunla, with teacher Maestra Yaque and with everyone, I know you remember, right? And with teacher Toledo and all those teachers. Oh my dear gosh, you couldn't even have the cell phone on, right? So what happened? How did we survive high school? Because our brain was trained, right? But then when we go to college, you're a little bit more free and we are given the freedom, to either watch your cell phone or not even be here, be distracted. You make choices, unconscious choices. And when you realize, again, you get distracted so easily and it's okay. But I really hope you can take this class. That's why I keep you writing, write down, take notes about everything I'm saying. Don't write what I'm saying. Write what you're thinking, what goes through your mind. Yes, you're right, Livia. Nowadays in some schools, the main tool of the study, yes, no, and I understand. But you know what is the situation? We have the distraction right here, right? So it's hard. So again, paying attention, it's training our mind and our brain. And I have to be honest, I'm a student too, right? So sometimes I set up my own focus and I said, I'm going to work for 20 minutes. and then I'm going to check my social media because I need to see who's liking my boyfriend. Right? And then after 20 minutes, I go and do the social media. But I focus. I try to train my brain. I put some music, maybe something that helps me focus. Okay, I find ways and I just do it. And then my alarm, 20 minutes, yay, now I can go social media. I know it's a suggestion. Again, it's not whatever you wrote, you're fine. You don't need to share this. For those of you who just joined, again, this is just very briefly. My name is Ada Sandoval. What I'm doing here in Vancouver, I'm finishing my second master's degree. I won a scholarship and I'm studying at University Canada West. I won 50% scholarship for this master's. My master's, it's in education, and I have a bachelor's degree in public relations, okay? As a comment also, I have an honorary doctorate degree on literature, and it was given because of how much I support my students and how much I encourage my students to keep reading, to be better, to always be better, etc. What's the difference between discipline and self-regulation? That's a very good question. I'll go back to that in a minute, my dear Michelle. So this is me, the new me, because maybe some of you, Josh, Mariana, and many of you met me in Bunla, and I met you in Bunla. But now that I'm here in Vancouver, that's what I'm doing. I'm working also at Vancouver Community College, remember? Okay, I'm teaching. There I am teaching a class called Communications and Stakeholders Management, which is for postgraduate students who are getting the certificate in project management in business. Okay, that's what I'm doing there. Very good. Thank you. I'm going to go back. Okay, very good. Self-regulation and wait a minute, and perseverance, right? That's your question, Michelle. Anyone has any idea about the differences before I tell you? No? That's all right. Okay. Discipline, no, it's self-regulation and discipline, right? That was your question, Michelle? Yes, self-regulation. Okay. Discipline is, oh, I forgot my calendar. Discipline is I have my calendar and I stick to my calendar and I make a routine. I create a routine. I'm disciplined to my clock, my alarm goes on at 7 a.m., but my discipline is I'll get up at 7:15, but I'll do it. Nobody's here watching me. I live alone. I mean, here in this room and everything, I'm all alone. I can do whatever I want. But when you have discipline, and I'll go to self-regulation in a minute, discipline is something that becomes part of your routine, and it's because you have done it every day, it's like the gym for me, gym. Many of you, when you met me a very long time ago, do you remember I used to weigh 35 more kilos than I weigh right now? You probably remember me. I was a little bit chubbier, and you probably remember me. I'll show you some pictures one day, but I don't know if you remember that. You probably did, because that was just 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I used to weigh 35 more kilos than I do right now. Discipline is for me to go to the gym from Monday to Friday. I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I focus on my purpose. My purpose is not even to look younger or to look prettier. Here, my purpose is, you know what? I'm going to turn 52 years old and I deserve to be healthy. I don't take any medicine, none, nothing. Every time I go to the doctor, are you diabetic? No. Do you suffer pressure? No. Cholesterol? No. I am honestly as healthy as I can be. And I want to reach my 60 years old healthy. So discipline is focusing on my purpose and understanding that if I don't go to the gym, I don't actually go to the gym to be skinny. What I do in the gym is keep my heartbeat and my fat percentage low enough so that my heart can be as healthy as it is. Now, wait a minute. I know I can fall down from the stairs tomorrow and that's it, right? But I did focus on something. Now, self-regulation is more immediate. Discipline is in a long term, in a long time. Self-regulation is right now. At the beginning, I don't eat, for example, bread. And it was so hard because bread turns into sugar. And my mom passed away because of cancer a year and a half ago. And cancer, the cancer cells feed on sugar. So the first thing we did with my mom is change all her diet to stop eating anything that will convert in sugar. Self-regulation is walking by the bakery, shopping at the grocery, and passing through the bakery part. Self-regulation. That's in the moment. And discipline is more into a purpose, a long time, etc. I don't know if I answered your question, Michelle. Yes? Very good. Thank you. Okay. For those who were not here last time, this is your opportunity. For the ones who already introduced themselves, we have a video. You can watch it. So we're going to begin with Josh. And everybody, the two Marianitas and the people we have who are just joining, you're going to give us your name. You're going to tell us about your academic background, what you're studying right now, in which industry or business you're interested in, and tell us why. Or you can also say, I'm not sure, right? That's okay. Why did you choose this class? And something unique about you. Go, Josh.
Can you hear me? Good.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh. My name is Josh Garduño. I am studying business administration, and in the future, or when I finish my my my
Your
my
bachelor's degree.
academic uh, background, I think that um, I'm going to do the real estate because I think that I can live well, and I think that it's fun to do those things, that the sales and all the stuff. And why did I choose this class? Because I think that I can learn or improve my way of leading, and I can learn new tools to be able to uh, lead people in a correct way in my personal life or in my business. And something unique about me, I think that well, I like to play soccer, and I love to play here in the university, and I think that it's all.
Very good, Josh. And I'm very, 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 very happy to see you. Sales, it's an amazing. I have done sales. You know what? It's like you get addicted to sales because in sales, it's about persuasion. It's about motivation. It's about relationships and connections. So it's wonderful sales. And I can just picture you. Very good, Josh. Now, I know it's almost, don't call me Diana because I know it's almost 7:50, but let's finish with the introductions and then we'll take our break. Okay, I promise. Very good. Thank you, Josh. Let's go with one of our Marianitas. Let's see. Let's do first Marianita Chavez. Go for it.
Okay, do you listen to me there? Yes?
Of
Okay.
course.
Well, my name is Mariana. I study with Josh and with Mariana. I would like to work, well, now I'm not sure about it. I'm like thinking, but I love like public relationships, and I love also like all the organization of events. I think I have like experience with volunteering, so I had loved that. So I would like to work like in a foundation or an AC or something like that. But now I don't know where. But I will love that. I choose this class because first I saw that you were going to do the class, and I say, oh, Ada. And second, because I think that, well, leadership is in everything. And I have had the opportunity to, I don't know if it's good to say like practice leadership. And like teach my team how to, and I will love to learn more so I can help others that think that they are not leaders to improve and be more confident in themselves. And something unique about me, I also love playing footballs and doing sports. And I love doing volunteering, and I love to always be loading.
Very good, Marianita. Yes, and I'm very, very, very happy to you. Thank you. I feel honored. Let's go with Mariana Pulido. Hi, Mariana.
Hi. Sorry. My name is Mariana Pulido, and I'm studying business administration. And I have not already clear in which area I would like to be, but right now I would like to stay in my actual work for a while, and till I decide what I want to do. Why did I choose this class? Because it's like a challenge to me because it's in English. So I was like really excited, but at the same time really nervous. But that's why the principal. Um, and something about me is that I love to dance since I was a little kid.
Dancers in the group. Oh my God, we should organize a, instead of, oh, I have an idea. Instead of your final video presentation, a dance person. No, just kidding. Just kidding. No, 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 no. No, that's not going to happen. Thank you very much for introductions. Before we go to our break, let me just tell you what's coming. As I already mentioned, I'm going to talk when we come back from our break about how we're going to distribute each academic period. This is new for everyone. I will talk about all the topics that we will discuss, okay, during our academic period. I will again talk about what kind of activities we're going to have in class and why, okay? And finally, I will explain your grades, how you can earn grades, 40%, 20%, etc., 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 etc. Okay? All right, guys. 10 minutes. It's right now for you, it's, I believe, 7:53. Let's meet here again at 8:03. Okay? Thank you. 10 minutes. Bye. Okay, guys. If we hurry, I hope we can finish in about 35 minutes, hopefully, because I know some of you are at UNLA. And as I mentioned in the first class, at the latest, I'm going to finish this academic term in the first one, because we have a lot of information, at 8:45. Okay, at the latest. I'm going to try to finish as early as possible. When we move on in the second and third academic period, sometimes in the third, I let you go at 8:30. So don't worry. But in the first one, we really have to focus. Okay, so this is very important, guys. I believe all of you have your calendar, UNLA calendar, which describes when this class begins, when this class ends, with some holidays, etc. But our first academic period, everything we do, you're going to be doing it for 35% of your final grade. Very important. The second is also 35% of your final grade. But the last one, because I know you're busy, you're crazy with assignments and exams and finals presentations, and then you don't want to know anything about leadership, it's only 30%. I'm going to go easier at the end because I know you're going to be very busy. Also, in the first academic period, our whole focus is going to be mostly academic. We're going to talk about theories. managerial theories from the business administration. Now, those of you, for example, Mariana, George, those of you coming, and also the tourism students, some of these theories you might find, maybe you know some of them, but these are theories of leadership. You may not know about them. So it's going to be very academic, okay? The second academic period is going to be more administrative, functional, more about how to work with teams, more about those strategies and tools you were asking about, more a little bit about motivation, how to motivate, influence teams, how to work with teams, etc. And the last one is for me, it's my favorite. And it's when we talk about multicultural, cross-cultural, and global theories, okay? Now, even Diana Montiel, you have heard this before, the purpose and the objective is going to be different because it's going to be totally focused on leadership. Now, I have this image here that is called multidimensionality. The reason why I have this image is because even though we have separated topics, I honestly don't like separating topics because it gives our students the idea that everything is isolated when it's absolutely the opposite. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. And as we will see in leadership, even though we're going to be covering topics one at a time, everything is connected, okay? Now, this is what we're going to be talking about. I want you to read very briefly. I'll give you a few seconds and write down in your notes the one that for you sounds the most interesting and the one that for you sounds, oh my God, this is going to be difficult. Okay? Make sure it's in your notes. Either if you're taking notes on your Word or in your notebook, make sure it's there. The one that sounds the most interesting and the one that sounds the most difficult. Go. Yes, Livia, go ahead. You can ask your question.
Just a question related to the period. How many days or weeks? It's a period, actually. I don't know.
You can actually see it here, my dear Livia, in this slide. When you see week six, quiz 1 and end of the first period. You see, there you go. Week 11, yeah, quiz and end of the second period. Then we have 1 week off, spring break, yes. And finally, week 17, final quiz and end of semester. Let me bring you again my calendar because that might help you, okay?
Yes. That's great, thank you.
I just finished. I'm going to give you a few more seconds to finish reading the most interesting and the one that sounds the most difficult. 30 more seconds. Now you don't have to copy the whole thing because remember this presentation, I'm going to share it with you, but at least the one that sounds more interesting. Carla, share with us, what do you think for you sounds the most interesting?
For me, the most interesting, I think it's applying cultural comprehension in global organizations. And actually, I don't think there's a difficult one, but I choose the theoretical background to study leadership.
But I promise I'm going to make it as fun as I can. I promise. I know it's theory, but I won't make you read a lot. I promise. Very good. Thank you so much for sharing, my dear Carla. Very good. Let's go with our dear Camila. Share with us.
Well, I think the easy one would be for me global leadership organizational. because I think it's like interesting to be a good leader in an organization. And I think the difficult one would be like the history one. I think it's I read it, but I can find it because I'm not good with like
I understand.
history
I
and
understand. Don't worry.
yes.
But I'm gonna make it fun. That's what you don't know. I'm gonna try to make it as fun as I can. I promise, because I know
Yeah, I know.
theory. I know. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Christopher. Thank you, Christopher. Share with us.
I chose the same as Carla. The most interesting, yeah, applying cultural comprehension in global organizations. And the other one that I don't consider as interesting as much, it's historical background to the study of leadership.
All right. I'm so glad you're sharing this with me, guys, because I have a surprise. It's gonna be really fun. I promise. Yes, I promise, because I know how thick theories are. Don't worry. Come on. Who's your teacher? Trust me. All right. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. So everybody else will have time to share later on. We don't have time to go through everyone, but I hope you wrote it down so I can read it in your comments, in your notes, sorry. Okay. I'm going to go back to explaining this and why we're going to do the things that we do in this class. Trust me, there is a reason for everything we do. I do not select activities just because, or I do not, there's a reason for everything. From the passive learning, as you can see, that's why I keep you writing. That's why I keep you making lists. And that's why I need you to keep engaged, because only through active knowledge is when you learn. Active is participation, talking, sharing, discussing, simulating. When you take notes, when you think what you're thinking, that is active. And that way, we guarantee that 70 to 90% of what we talk about here might be remembered. The 30, you will forget, and that's okay. We know that. However, when everything is passive, that's why you get bored, and that's what you don't learn. That's why you just copy paste for the homework because you don't care. That's not what we're going to be doing here. And the reason, now you can see that's new, class participation, reflective essays, mind maps, you're going to create videos, teamwork, reading essays, quizzes, etc. Now the quizzes are with an open book, with your notes. The quizzes are not for you to, a ver si se acuerdan. No, it's with an open notebook. Why do you think my quizzes are with an open notebook? Diana Montiel, can you tell them a little bit about how our quizzes are?
The last semester quizzes were like only 5 or 6 questions, but there were like open questions, more likely to be to make us think and be reflexive. And if we want to only write the things of the presentation, maybe it won't work because we need to think and elaborate an answer. There is not always a wrong or a correct answer, but we need to be very reflexive.
Exactly. Thank you. So you see, that's why I need you to take notes, because in the quiz, I'm going to ask you to do things with the information we share here. I'm going to say in class number 2, when we talk about this, we analyze this and we discuss this. Based on our discussion, answer this case study. You see? Not even ChatGPT can help you answer our questions, okay? Not even artificial intelligence can help you, okay? Now that's more work for teachers, but that's okay. Got it? Okay. Any questions here with the activities and what we're going to be doing, guys? Now you understand. All right, let's keep going. Now, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to explain again why this participation is so important. Please be on time because at 7:10, I take attendance. And just like in Bunla, those of you who were in high school, there's no late here. Either you're here or you're not, period. Okay? Because as I already mentioned, How bad is it to regularly be 5 to 10 minutes late for work? That's not something we would do. And I hope we work on that discipline. So for those of you taking the class in campus, in UNLA, please, in your campus, try to connect 5 minutes before, even if your camera is off and you're still getting water, because connecting takes time, okay? Cameras on. If for whatever reason, your camera is always off, sorry, I cannot take you as you are here in the class. Active participation, discussions, etc., etc. And this is important. All the students begin with 0. That's why I keep asking you questions, so you can earn your 40% of class participation. So just being here, you got 40% of your grade. Class notes, 20%. So just sending me the picture of your notes. Ya pasaron con 6, you see? We say in Mexico, de panzazo, which means with your tummy. You just pass just with your tummy, which means like you're very close to flunk, like not passing, but you just barely passed, okay? So that's 20%. That's why I need pictures or screenshots of your notes. Got it? Let's move on. That's, again, some of the notes. I'm not going to stop there because I already told you. Keywords, phrases, etc., mind maps, etc. I'm not going to stop here so we can go to our activity. And finally, this is new. Rubrics. In the Google Drive that I shared, how am I going to evaluate participation and how am I going to evaluate your assignments? This is important. You earn 9 to 10 of your participation if your contribution to the classes is outstanding. You discuss in a positive, respectful manner. You ask questions. Also, those of you that, it's okay. No, ask questions. Raise your hand. Interrupt me. I love doing that. Please share extra resources, brought extra materials, prepare for the class. You displayed your presence. You're here. Everybody knew you were here. Okay. Let's focus on only understanding. And I hope that's our objective, to reach that. And on the assignment, individual assignment, all required sections of the assignment have been addressed in depth, for which is very important. You know what? Read the instructions for your assignments. In my other class in Vancouver Community College, first week, 70% of the students did, I don't know what they did. They didn't read instructions. They were supposed to watch a video, and based on the video mentions communication skills. From the video, take those communication skills you feel you're strong with, and those communication skills you think you can still work on. You know what they did? A summary of communication skills, an essay of communication skills, a review. What is that? And I got really upset with that because I said, guys, you're project managers and you cannot even read instructions. So please, that's why I take almost 10 minutes to explain assignments and homework. Got it? So that's what we're reaching. If you have questions, ask your questions here or send me a message. All assignments are due Saturdays, 11:59. Saturdays, not Sundays, Saturdays. And as I already said, the more reflective we are, the more effective we are. The more reflective we are, the more effective we are. Got it? Okay, let's go to our activity now, okay? And we're going to watch a video and let's prepare to watch this video. This video, it's about the 6 paradoxes of leadership changing the world. Now, don't scan the SQ code yet, please. Don't do it yet. I will tell you when to do it. I want you to focus on the 6 topics that the video is going to talk about. Global-minded localist. I'll explain in a minute. High integrity politician. Let's just start thinking, what does this sound like? Humble hero. Strategic executor. Tech-savvy humanist. And traditioned innovator. What are these? The video is going to talk about the characteristics of the new leaders in this new world after COVID. After COVID. So the 6 paradoxes of leadership and how these characteristics have changed because our world changed. These are the main characteristics this video, they believe, every leader should have. Global-minded localist is somebody who knows the area, knows the city, knows the organization, but also with an open global international mind in which you're taking different cultures in consideration. High integrity politician, high integrity, ethical, but at the same time, relationships. Politics is about relationships, about making sure that everybody not is happy, but everybody's getting what they expect. Strategic executor. Strategic, you can think, you can plan. Planning is important, but execute. You can also perform operations. Tech savvy, technology. You can use technology, but also with a humanistic sense of view, with a humanistic perspective. You're still people oriented. And finally, tradition innovator. That's why they are paradoxes. You see, they sound like opposite words, but at the same time, they discuss what leaders should be like. Now, I'm going to stop sharing, and hopefully you will be able to follow this video with me. Now, I have turned on the closed captions because this is only 5 minutes. It's very quick, guys, very quick. Now, while we listen, you're not going to be able to write everything. So just pick from what we're going to listen, 1, 2, 3 words or phrases that might get your attention, because when we come back, we're going to discuss, and I need everyone to participate from what they understood and also what they didn't understand. Is that okay? Are the instructions clear before we watch the video? Very good. This is going to be a try. I'm going to stop it, and you're going to give me thumbs up if you can watch it, if you can listen to it, okay? All right, let's try it. Okay, can you see it first? Can you see the video? You cannot see it. Can you hear it? Not hear it, not see it. You see? That's what happens all the time. I know. And that's why I'm gonna try it again. Give me a minute. I'm gonna do it then old-fashioned way. Old-fashioned way. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Can you see it now? Okay, now let's see if you can hear it.
When you have conversations at home or at work or talking to people trying to run our society, it just feels like we don't have the leaders we need today, right? Clearly, there's things we've always had to be able to do, which is we have to have natural curiosity, we have to have empathy, we have to have the willingness to sort of take action. But we thought about that challenge in the world we're in today.
Okay, can you hear it and see it? Hear it and see it, yes? Okay, I'm gonna go back then, okay? Pay attention, it goes by very quickly, okay? And I turned on the subtitles. So if you have problems with the accent, you can at least read because it's gonna go very quickly. Just take notes, write down in your notes video, okay? And this is very important, guys. Just whatever you consider important. Let's go and we'll discuss it afterwards. Here we go.
When you have conversations at home or at work or talking to people trying to run our society, it just feels like we don't have the leaders we need today, right? Clearly, there's things we've always had to be able to do, which is we have to have natural curiosity, we have to have empathy, we have to have the willingness to sort of take action. But in some ways, as we thought about that challenge in the world we're in today and we're grappling with tomorrow, it feels like there are 6 paradoxes that are requisites for any leader. reason they exist.
Guys, are you having problems with the video? Because I saw some. Yes,
It
tell me.
froze. I think that we could see it in the visual multimedia that is in the chat.
Yes.
There is the video. So I think that every one of us could see in our computers.
I see what you're saying. Okay, I think it's gonna be easier. Then let's do this. I always have a plan B. Thank you so much. Now scan, scan, scan. Let me go. You're going to scan. Can you see now where it says where you get the SQ code? Can you see the code? Okay, scan it on your cell phones and watch it on your cell phones. You see, I always have a plan B. It's ready. Don't worry. Now, because the video lasts 5 minutes and 6 minutes. I'll give you 6 minutes. Just make sure to watch it. Because sometimes we come back and I ask you questions and you say, oh, I didn't watch it. Okay? I'm going to shut up. I'm going to be quiet. And we'll come back and discuss the video at 8:30, 6 minutes, 32. Okay? Go. You watch it on your own. There's the SQ code. Got it?